In this video, we're going to talk about how to get more Instagram followers. So my goal for a lot of you is to hit 5,000 followers minimum on Instagram. So how do we do that? Now, let's say you wanted to do this over a year. That if you divide that by a week, it's actually not that hard to achieve. It's literally 96 people a week you need to follow you in order for you to hit 5,000 followers. So if you start with that, obviously if you can do it faster, even better. But I'm gonna give you 5 different strategies I've personally used to get my account to over 1 million followers on Instagram, and I want you to do this as well. By the way, before we go into this, if it's the first time you come across me, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out on all the new content that I'll be making on, how do we create sales, how do we create marketing, brand, and how do we create multiple streams of income. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on all of the new content. All right, so the first one that I highly recommend that you do is use the very simple strategy of content marketing with hashtags. And you've probably heard this to death, so I'm not gonna go too much into conversation, into too much detail in this, but literally all you do is you post content every single day. Now, if you're starting off, try and post 3 to 5 times a day on Instagram, right? Because why? When you post, let's say you post at 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whichever times, what'll happen is when you put a hashtag, the hashtags, let's say you do hashtag motivation, for example. There are like over 200 million posts on that. So if I make a post at this time, then it's going to show to a lot of the people who would follow that hashtag. So don't forget, people on Instagram can follow people, or they can follow a hashtag, okay? So do the very simple hashtag strategy, content, put the hashtags in there, make multiple posts a day, okay? That's the first strategy. The second strategy is using what we call the shout out method. So what is a shout out method? The shout out method is, let's say you have 1,000 followers and I have 1,000 followers. I'll come to you and I'll say, hey, let's say I'm doing motivation, right? I see your channel's about motivation, and I know my channel's all about motivation. So would you be able to make a shout for me and I'll shout for you? Well, what do you mean by shout for shout? So shouting means that when you make a post, you'll put @JohnLeeOfficial, right? John_Lee_official, right? And then when you make a post on your site or your Instagram, all your 1,000 followers will see it, and some of those followers will click follow to come to me. Does that make sense? So this is a really easy way, and it's free to start. And I'd always recommend going to somebody who's got the same follower account as you. So if you've got 100 followers, do it with 100 followers. So even if you get 20 followers from each other, right, then you go to 500 followers, right? So let's say you hit 500 followers, you go to somebody else who's got 500 followers, and then they make a post, and you might get another 50 followers that come. Right, so it's a really good methodology, and it's one of the ways that I started finding people who had similar followers to me, and then I would say, you shout for me and I'll shout for you, right? Shouting means just nothing more than mentioning their name in the actual post itself, okay? So that's the second thing you do. The third thing you can do, this is one of the best things. There are 3 types of accounts on Instagram. You've got creator, personal, and business. So what we want to do, we want to turn our account from a personal account into either a creator or a business account. So why do you want to do this? Because when you're a creator or a business account, you start to get more analytics. But what it also allows you to do as well, it allows you to put a link within that profile to drive to whichever location that you want. Also, by giving you analytics, you can also link a Facebook page to it. So if you're making a post on your Instagram page, you can link that to your Facebook page, and then you can keep doing that with each other. So we drive from Facebook to Instagram, Instagram to Facebook. So that's another strategy you can use to start getting more followers. Again, you only need 96 followers a week. And if you do these 5 strategies, you'll be able to reach that in a pretty short space of time, maybe even quicker than that. All right. So number 3 is make sure that you're actually focusing on doing shouts for shouts, right? So number 1, make sure you do the content strategy. Number 2, do the shout for shouts. Number 3, which I won't go into right now. Number 3 is when you change that account, you can hit the promote button. So when you make a post now, before when it was a personal account, there'd be no promote button. But now when you look at it, it's going to have a promote button on there. So 3, use the promote button. Now when you use the promote button, you can say, okay, I want to make this post, because let's say right now you have 100 followers, right? And you make that post. Only the 100 followers are going to see it. But we want more people to see it, right? So what we can do with the promote button, we can click promote and say, okay, show this to people that love vegan. If I'm making posts on vegan stuff, show this to people that love vegan food. Or if someone does motivation, show this to people that love motivation. right? So that's another strategy, is to use that promote button. So that promote button will now show to more people, okay? You can ask it to visit back to your profile as well. You can send it to a website, right? But I would actually, when you hit the promote button, make it hit your profile page. So when that picture that you post shows to people outside of your followers, they can click it and go straight back to your profile, and that's how you get a follower. So that's one really, really powerful way that I recommend. This is what I do, and the great thing about this is you can target multiple countries. So for me, I do Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, the US, the UAE, India, Indonesia. So we're reaching a massive market, and I can tell you, if you do this, right, just that promote, it accelerates the process. You will get 96 followers a week like that, really, really fast. Okay, so the promote button, but you got to pay Instagram a little bit of money to do that, right? You don't, I always think that there's always two ways to do things: free ways to do it or paid ways to do it. So this is a paid way to do it. All right, so make sure you use the promote button. The fourth way, which I think is really powerful to again start generating leads, is to start using Instagram story. So in the Instagram story, if you swipe up every time you do an Instagram story, make sure you tag a location, so then people in that location see that you exist. And you can also tag a hashtag as well. So if I do a story, do hashtag motivation, all the people that follow motivation will not only see my post now, but they're going to see my Instagram story. So now if you put your own mention in there, so if you swipe up, you'll see like a little @ symbol. If you do @ but you @ your own profile, people can now, when they see that Instagram story, they can click on that, and that story will now then go back to your profile, and now they can follow you. Again, one of the most powerful strategies that a lot of people miss out, and it's free. It doesn't cost money to do that. It's absolutely free, okay? Now, the last one, this is one where I grow the most, right? I'm telling you, this one got me over 1 million followers in less than a year. So let me show you what this is. And again, if this is the first time you come across me and you're getting a lot of value from this, hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out on all the new content that I'll be sharing with you, okay? So the last one is giveaways. You see a lot of influencers doing giveaways. Now, the reason why giveaways are good is there's a few ways you can use this. One, you can do your own giveaway. So let's say right now I'm giving away a copy of my book, or I'm giving away a ticket to my social media and business bootcamp, or I'm giving away a ticket to attend my live event and see my keynote speech. Whatever it is, I would say, okay, I'm running a competition, I'm giving away XYZ, and to enter the competition, you have to follow this page, as in follow my page, right? You have to leave a comment below on, just comment yes and say you've done. And 3, this is the interesting part. You can actually do what we call a collaboration giveaway. Let me say that again, a collaboration giveaway. So a collaboration giveaway means that I can say, okay, you know what? I've got this many followers, you got this many followers, you have that many followers. Let's all give away each other's products. So now but make sure when you do this, you do it in similar niches. Why? Because if you don't do it in similar niches, what's going to happen is you're going to get loads of people follow you, and then they're going to unfollow you. So let's say in my niche, I do 3 things: motivation, inspiration, and business. So I'm going to find 3 accounts, right, which fit these criteria. I might find 6 accounts or 9 accounts, but I'm going to find this criteria, and then what I'm going to do is that we're all going to do shout outs and giveaways together. So I'll do a shout out giveaway, and I'll include my friend in there. When they do a shout out and giveaway, they include me in there. So the giveaways for me is one of the most powerful ways to go really, really fast. Imagine right now you have 10 profiles with all of 1,000 followers, and from each one of these accounts, you see, the reason why you get followers and the why it's got to be in the same niche is because I'm going to get someone who likes business and motivation to come to my page, where I post about business and motivation. If I did makeup and someone from business came to my, well, unless they love makeup, they'd probably get it unfollow. This is why giveaways have to be done in the right way. Otherwise you get a massive follow and an unfollow, which is not good for the algorithm. So giveaways for me is the fastest way to grow, and that's how I got over 1 million followers, by not just, yes, doing giveaways, but also doing collaborative deals as well. So I would do something for one person, they would do something for me. And one of the fastest way I started, by the way, is by creating content for the people and saying, look, if I create content for you, you post it on your page, you @ me, so @ means @JohnLeeOfficial. You put in the description, so when people watch that, they click that, then they come to my page, and then I start to get a lot more followers. So it's a really, really powerful way to do this. And you're probably wondering, well, John, why do you need so many followers? Because followers can be retargeted, right? If you've seen my other video talking about Facebook ads, if you haven't, I'll link it around here somewhere, along here or here. But make sure you check that out, because that's really important. So remember, we're going to start, make sure you do a lot of content posts, right? Make sure you go out there, you start doing a lot of shout outs with people. Make sure you try that, promote button. Make sure you can do these, collaborative deals with people as well. Like for me, if you're doing collaborations or giveaways, that one is again one of the best strategies to use. So if you've got any questions, by the way, leave a comment below and I'll personally answer that question. And let me know which one of these 5 strategies are you going to be using and why. And again, if it's the first time you come across me, hit the subscribe, turn on bell notifications. I'll link some videos here and put a subscribe button up here maybe. But other than that, take massive action, do whatever it takes. This is John Lee, the author of Business Hack. Bye for now.